Hey, what's going on, folks? Welcome to another Pro Wrestling Talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, I'm going to do my best to power through this. But before I do, I want to apologize to everyone. I'm like freaking exhausted. And this may be uploaded late. Only because, like I said, I'm exhausted. I've been needing to catch up on some sleep. Been doing too much with work, dancing, church, these videos, traveling. Just got back from Charlotte. Yeah. Your boy's exhausted. But I'm going to do my best to power through this doubleheader review and keep the ball rolling. So, PSA right there. Alright, doubleheader review. First off, AEW WrestleDream 2024. Then, switch gears to New Japan Pro Wrestling's King of Pro Wrestling 2024. So, that's the doubleheader. Let's jump right on in. AEW WrestleDream 2024 took place at the Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington on Saturday, October 12th. Had a pretty loaded card. Actually had a handful of matches for the pre-show, the 0 hour pre-show. So we're going to start with those and then get into the main card. Sound good? I got my notes up, got my graphics up. Let's do this. Here, let me get to the first match. Alright, first match. Alright, they actually started off WrestleDream 0 hour with a title match. We had the ROH World Television Championship on the line as the champion, Atlantis Jr., defended against the Machine, Brian Cage. Good match. Good match to kick off the pre-show. Definitely went back and forth. Definitely a nice clash of styles here. You know, agility, speed against the power, but at the same time, Brian Cage has, some decent agility as well, especially for his size. But this was a good back and forth match. But Brian Cage was able to put away Atlantis Jr. with a drill claw, pinned him for the 1-2-3, and the Machine, Brian Cage, is your new ROH World Television Champion. So congratulations to him. And yeah, will be interesting to see what kind of run he has. I don't think this is a title he's ever won before. So definitely curious to see how they book Brian Cage. But it looks like we're going to be seeing him, more on ROH coming up now that he's the ROH TV champ. But good stuff. Congratulations to the Machine, Brian Cage. All right, let's go to our next match. We had the ladies in action on the WrestleDream 0 hour. Check this one out. Alright, so for this match, we had a singles match between Harley Cameron and Anna Jay. Pretty decent match. I think if anything, this was just another opportunity to showcase what Anna Jay has learned and has been able to do ever since her time in Stardom when she competed recently in the 5-Star Grand Prix, which, like I said, big opportunity for her to pretty much compete in Stardom's most prestigious tournament. But, yeah, this match pretty much went how I thought it would. Anna Jay, pretty dominant for the most part, and was able to pick up the victory. She hit Harley Cameron with a gory bomb, or hey, you can call it the Pink Devil. I mean, she just came back from Stardom, and that's the move that Rena uses. But She hit her with that, pinned her for the 1-2-3. Anna Jay, your winner. And I believe she's pretty much gone on a little bit of a win streak since returning from Stardom. So it's pretty cool that they're really hyping that up. But it'll be interesting to see what they do with her going forward now that she's getting on a little bit of a streak. So, pretty cool. Alrighty, let's go to our next match. Here we go. Continuing on with the 0 Hour pre-show, we had ourselves a tag team match between MXM Collection, which is Mansoor and Mason Madden. And they took on the Acclaim of Max Caster, Anthony Bowens. I couldn't help but notice that MXM Collection had Rico in their corner. Rico, we're talking about the same Rico that managed Chuck Palumbo and Billy Gunn as a tag team back in WWE. So I was just like, wow. Like, we hadn't seen that dude in forever. I don't even remember the last time I even saw Rico. It was definitely back in WWE. It's like, dang, dude. Part of me kind of forgot he even existed. Holy crap. But yeah, he was in the corner of MXM Collection, which I notice a lot of folks really bash MXM Collection. I mean, I'm not that crazy of a fan of the gimmick, but as a tag team, they got pretty great chemistry in the ring as a tag team. And I even got to see them wrestle via DPW as well. But I think they're a great tag team just as far as in-ring ability and such. I'm just not a big fan of the gimmick. That's all. But it is what it is. This was a good back and forth match. Pretty solid. Even saw Billy Gunn get involved, taking out Rico. So not surprised that happened. I mean, they have history. But that was a pretty cool sequence. But at the end, Max Caster got the pin on Mansoor after hitting the Arrival mic drop combination with him and Anthony Bowens. But yeah, the Acclaim pick up the victory. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match. Can't really complain. Alright. Let's move on to the next match. This next match was pretty much the last match in the 0 Hour pre-show. Alright, check it out. And they actually kind of added this one randomly. But you had an 8-man tag match where you had, on one side, you had a combination of the Outrunners and the Conglomeration, which was Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, Truth Magnum, Turbo Floyd. And they took on the combo of the Dark Order and Premier Athletes, of course, represented by Ariya Daivari, Tony Nese, John Silver, and Alex Reynolds. Quite a combination of teams / factions in this match. Quite an interesting mix. Very interesting mix. Match was all right overall. I mean, I didn't think it was anything too crazy, but the match was all right for what it was. I can't say that I really had any sort of severe complaints. Of course, smart Mark Sterling tried to interfere, not surprised there. But Truth Magnum ends up picking up the victory for the team as he pinned Daivari after, I don't know what the name of their double team is, but it was kind of a power slam DDT combo, so to speak. But, yeah, so the Conglomeration and the Outrunners pick up the victory. But yeah, so that's how they closed out WrestleDream 0 Hour. And of course, Shout outs to the grandsons of Antonio Inoki. They had them in attendance to do the Ich Nissan Da, which was pretty cool. But yeah, so that concludes the 0 Hour pre-show. Now let's actually get into the main card. Okay, main card of WrestleDream 2024 started off with a singles match. We had Hangman Adam Page taking on Switchblade Jay White, who not too long ago recently returned. For the most part, this match was alright. I mean, we all knew this match was coming. But I felt like for the most part it seemed like Hangman was in control for the most part. And you know, Hangman was on a lot of momentum, especially after defeating Swerve not too long ago. But, you know, this went back and forth and went even to the point where, oh man, this was a sick spot, but Jay White hitting a knee breaker on Adam Page onto the ramp, onto the side of the ramp, and I was just like, dang, that was a nasty spot. But when it all came down to it, Switchblade Jay White was able to pick up the victory as he countered the buckshot lariat attempt into a Blade Runner on Hangman and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. So, yeah, Switchblade Jay White with the victory to open up the main card of WrestleDream. So, good stuff there. A lot of people probably thought that Hangman should have won, but honestly, Jay White just came back. They need to give him something, so I'm all for it. Anyway, let's go on to our next match. And this right here was the first title match to start the main card. Alrighty. We had the AEW Women's World Championship on the line. As the champion, Mariah May defended against Willow Nightingale. Overall, solid match. Solid match. Definitely enjoyed from start to finish. Went back and forth quite a bit. And yeah, both of these ladies definitely put on quite a show. And I have to say, that ending sequence was actually pretty impressive. Very impressive ending sequence as Mariah May was able to get the victory on Willow Nightingale. Countered the Avalanche Powerbomb with a Frankensteiner of her own, then hit a knee strike, and then hit a Storm Zero on Willow. Just one after the other. So 3-hit combo. Pinned her for the 1-2-3. Mariah May, still your AEW Women's World Champion. Not surprised there. I figured she was probably going to win. But something tells me that they are going to eventually set up for perhaps Mina Shirakawa challenging Mariah May for the title. I think it's only a matter of time. Because we already know Mariah knows that Mina is cool with Toni Storm. I mean, they teamed up in Japan and such. So we'll see how things develop with that. But should be interesting. Alrighty, let's go to our next match. Here we go. Next match. Okay, we had the TNT Championship on the line as the champion, Jack Perry, defended against Katsuyori Shibata. Now, maybe it's just me, but this did not feel like a long match. It did not feel like this match lasted that long, to be honest with you. But, It was an alright match. I just hated the ending, or at least how they did the ending. I mean, I'm not surprised Jack Perry won. I'm just not a fan of how the finish went. But he pinned Shibata. Shibata locked in pretty much a rear naked choke, and then fell back, still with the submission on Jack Perry, but because of how the positioning was to make it look like it was a pin attempt, the ref counted 3. Jack Perry with the pin while pretty much in the submission, and therefore was able to retain the TNT Championship. And then we had an interesting sequence after the match. Jack Perry attacks Shibata after the match. Daniel Garcia comes out pretty much for the save to kind of scare off Jack Perry. But then MJF comes out to confront Daniel Garcia, but then all of a sudden Jack Perry appears again and then decks Daniel Garcia from the back to knock him down. And pretty much here's MJF to pick up the scraps, to start wailing on Daniel Garcia. And then all of a sudden, a returning Adam Cole, baby. That's right. Adam Cole returns and pretty much chases off MJF. And yeah. So good to see Adam Cole is back. Looks like he is cleared. So yeah, they have some unfinished business. They got some unfinished business. So we'll see how things go with that. But it's good to see that Adam Cole is back. So welcome back, Adam Cole. All right. Let's go to the next match. All right, here we go. Alrighty, we had the big triple threat match for the AEW International Championship. As the champion, the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay defended against Ricochet and Konosuke Takeshita. Now, thought the match was fire. The match was amazing, excellent, all of the above. Loved the match. The ending sequence was kind of a bummer. I'm cool with the person that won, just not exactly cool with how they won, if that makes any sense. But great action-packed match. A lot of the really cool flippy spots. Just very incredible sequences with Will Ospreay and Ricochet and even Takeshita. I mean, it was just awesome. Really, really awesome. But Takeshita disposed of Ricochet through a table on the outside. And then, while it looked like Will Ospreay was getting ready to put away Takeshita, Don Callis pulls the ref out, goes in, pulls out a screwdriver, and was going to use it on Will Ospreay. He rips it away from him. Went to go hit a Tiger Driver 91, but all of a sudden, Kyle Fletcher shows up with a hoodie on, but you can see his face. You can pretty much see his face. Takes the screwdriver, stabs Will Ospreay in the back of the head, reveals himself, and then pretty much Takeshita does the rest. They take out Will Ospreay, one last knee strike. Takeshita with the pin, 1, 2, 3. And Konosuke Takeshita is your new AEW International Champion. His first championship in America. But like I said, just not a fan of the finish because I really feel like it would have been better if he had won this clean because he's capable of winning this clean. And most folks were thinking that he was going to take the title off of Okada, but that didn't end up happening. But yeah, and then to add insult to injury, Kyle Fletcher hits Will Ospreay with the Tiger Driver 91 after the match. So yeah, looks like United Empire in America is dead. So, oh well, there goes that. But yeah, happy for Takeshita, just not a fan of how he won it, but we'll see what kind of run he has. Hopefully he has the title for a good long while, because he's been long overdue for a single championship, not only just in AEW, but in America in general. So, we'll see how it goes. We will see how it goes. And of course, they did also have the segment with Swerve Strickland, Prince Nana, MVP Shelton Benjamin, which, come to find out, Swerve is staying with Prince Nana, and then they had a shoving match and all that. But, yep, Swerve is staying with Prince Nana. But it'll be interesting to see how the story develops going forward, especially now that Shelton Benjamin is all elite and is aligned with MVP. So, we'll see how that goes. We shall see how that goes. Alright. This next match, I really enjoyed the mess out of. This was a very fun match. Check it out. Alrighty. We had the 2 out of 3 falls match between the Beast Mortos and Hologram. I mean, wow. This was definitely one of my favorite matches of the card. Who would have thought, right? But this match was awesome. Definitely hit on every cylinder for me. A great clash of styles. And hey, the Beast Mortos is quite a high flyer as well. They both definitely did a lot of flippy stuff and did not hold back. But the way this went down, Hologram got the first pinfall, then the Beast Mortos got the second pinfall, and then after back and forth, Hologram was able to get the third pinfall to win the match 2-1. So therefore, Hologram still undefeated. Still undefeated. Gotta give him credit. They're really booking him solid. But same thing with the Beast Mortos. But man, they're really booking Hologram solid. I mean, still has yet to lose. So we'll see what they do with that. But that was a phenomenal match. I enjoyed the mess out of that match. Alrighty. Let's go to our next match. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Alright, next match. Alrighty. Darby Allin originally held an open challenge for anybody to step up and put him out of his misery. And a very familiar face, where he's had countless battles with, decided to step up. And it was in the form of the House of Black's Brody King. This was another match that really didn't feel that long, but still had some heavy bumps, especially from Darby Allin. Man, I tell you, I really hope that dude doesn't end up getting paralyzed, because he'd be taking some sick, unnecessary bumps, if you ask me. I mean, I know he's quite the hardcore, just high risk taker, but some of the bumps this dude takes is like insane. Like, it's like, dude, why would you agree to that? But hey, he's gonna do him. But this match was pretty back and forth. Pretty sick spot though, pushing Brody King off the turnbuckle outside, landing on top of the steel steps, and then following up with a coffin drop was pretty sick. But the match ended pretty much. Brody King got back into the ring to beat the count of 10, but right as he got back in the ring, bam, coffin drop. Or a second coffin drop from Darby Allin. Then he pins him for the 1, 2, 3. Darby Allin with the victory over Brody King. And you know what? Shout out to Brody King. Shook his hand after the match. Showed some respect, some good sportsmanship. I was like, oh, shoot. Did not see that one coming. But great sign of sportsmanship from Brody King to Darby Allin. That was cool. I did not expect that. But yeah, well played. Well played. All right. Ready for some more championship matches? Here's another one for you. All righty. We had the AEW World Tag Team Championships on the line. As the champions, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, defended against Isiah, Cassidy, Mark Quinn of Private Party. Also, Top Flight were in attendance, as well as Stokely Hathaway were in attendance for this match. Camera cut on them a couple of times. But this match was pretty solid. This match was back and forth. Of course, you know, there was a lot of hype and a lot of build-up, especially going back to when Private Party first defeated the Young Bucks. And they got really close this time. I mean, it was back and forth. Really went down to the wire. These two teams have great chemistry. But Private Party once again comes up short as the Young Bucks hit Isiah Cassidy with a TK driver to pick up the victory. Young Bucks are still your AEW World Tag Team Champions. I was really bummed about this because I really felt like it was Private Party's time. I mean, they've been there 5 years. 5+ years. I really felt like it was their time, but I guess just not this past Saturday. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful they'll eventually get another shot and hopefully win. Because I really think they deserve at least one run. I really do. Because they were there since the beginning of AEW. They were there since the beginning. So I really hope they get a title run at some point. All right, next match. All right, we have the ROH World Championship on the line. As the champion, the Sussex County Chicken, Mark Briscoe, defended against Chris Jericho, the Learning Tree. Match pretty much went how I thought it would. I mean, Chris Jericho had the Learning Tree, had Big Bill, had Brian Keith interfere quite a bit. So, not really that surprised that it came down to a lot of that. Jericho even got to the point where he hit the Judas Effect and a J Driller on Mark Briscoe, kicked out of that, and pretty much channeled Jay Briscoe and just his redneck kung fu and just went at it on Chris Jericho, taking him out, Froggy Bow, then followed up with a J Driller, pinned Jericho for the 1, 2, 3. Mark Briscoe, still your ROH World Champion. And honestly, he's probably going to have that belt for a while. You know what I mean? I think he'll at least have it going into the new year. But you know, they got Final Battle. They got Final Battle to run, which I believe is in December. So we'll see what happens there. but I got a good feeling he's going to go into the year 2025 still ROH World Champion. But we'll see what happens. Alrighty, y'all. And then the main event of AEW WrestleDream 2024 comes down to the AEW World Championship on the line. As the champion, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, taking on Death Rider Jon Moxley. This was quite a match. It took like 10 minutes before they finally rung the bell, because Jon Moxley pretty much ambushed Bryan Danielson while he was posing during his entrance theme in the ring. And then they just fought outside the ring while the final countdown was playing the whole time. But yeah, that whole sequence lasted like 10 minutes, and then they finally got in the ring, and then officially the bell rang. So that was a crazy opening sequence. But these two hit each other with everything. Marina Shafir tried to get involved, but thankfully she got kicked out. But these two tore each other apart, and it was back and forth. And while it looked like Danielson came very close to picking up the victory, Jon Moxley ended up being the one to stand tall, as he was able to submit Bryan Danielson, who fought as hard as he could, but was able to submit Bryan Danielson with a rear naked choke, with kind of a bulldog choke transitioned into that. And therefore, Jon Moxley is once again AEW World Champion. And thus, Bryan Danielson's full-time career in the ring is over. And one thing's for sure, they definitely tried to write him off like it was completely over. After the match, Moxley, well, first off, he took the title and put it in like a duffel bag. I thought that was weird. I was like, what? And then they proceeded to beat down and take out Bryan Danielson. Darby Allin and Wheeler Yuta enter the ring to try to clear house. And then all of a sudden, Wheeler Yuta drops Darby Allin with a Busaiku knee. They pretty much duct tape Darby Allin to one of the turnbuckle corners. They pick up Bryan Danielson. Mox gives a plastic bag to Wheeler Yuta, and Wheeler Yuta ends up being the one to use the plastic bag to suffocate Bryan Danielson. Which, they cut the camera off of that at some point, but... And it was so bad that a whole bunch of face wrestlers tried to come to the ring and stop it and break it up, but of course... Claudio, Mox, Marina just fought off everybody. And then Claudio stomped Bryan Danielson's head in with the chair wrapped around his neck. And they just pretty much destroyed, obliterated Bryan Danielson. So if anything, that's quite a way to write him off. But it is what it is. But yeah. Jon Moxley's your new AEW World Champion, and Bryan Danielson looks like he has retired. And honestly, I'm not surprised that he's retiring. Honestly, with the way that he's described about how his body's been in pain and just what he's got to deal with, it's probably for the best that he go ahead, retires. You know what I mean? honestly think it was a good call for him to. And word is, in interviews, he said that he wanted Jon Moxley to be the one to retire him, pretty much. So there you have it. But overall, WrestleDream was all right. I thought WrestleDream was all right. Just some weird moments, some weird endings. That's really all I can say about that. But I mean, it is what it is. Could have been better, sure. But overall, I just think that, you know, the show did alright for what it was. The show did alright for what it was. So, I can't be mad. But, so, that is AEW WrestleDream 2024 in the books. Now, before we switch gears to NJPW King of Pro Wrestling, there's a quick word on the sponsor of this video, Game Beauty. Check them out. As you continue to enjoy content here at Blitzball Champ Gaming, be sure you take a moment to check out Game Beauty. Beauty inspired by gaming. Game Beauty brings to you video game related makeup and cosmetic products. You have products such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, eyeshadow brushes, liquid eyeliner pens by Akideris, and even non-makeup products like graphic tees. They even have special collaboration makeup kits, such as this Persona 5 Heatwave Brush Single, Metaverse Bundle, and even a Phantom Thieves Limited Edition Makeup Collection. Also remember that Game Beauty provides international shipping of $60 or more. And if you use the promo code BlitzballChamp, all in caps, you can get 10% off of your order. So be sure to use that to your advantage. Now, back to your regularly scheduled video. Enjoy, and thank you. Alrighty. Continuing on, next up we have New Japan Pro Wrestling King of Pro Wrestling 2024. This took place actually earlier today, October 14th, at the Ryogoku Sumo Hall. And got quite a number of matches, including a handful of championship matches. And it was quite a big day. You'll see why. Let's get started. First up. Alright, opening match. We had a singles match between the ticking time bomb, Hiromu Takahashi, taking on Mystico. Pretty solid match. Could have been longer for the most part. Shout out to both of them shaking hands, showing sportsmanship. But it was a pretty good back and forth match. Like I said, I just wish it could have been longer. But Hiromu was able to submit Mystico. That's right. Was able to submit Mystico with that modified figure 4. And yeah, that's a big victory. Big victory for Hiromu Takahashi. But it looks like we might not be done there. So they're actually 1-1 against each other. And they might be playing up the idea of their rubber match being a hair versus mask match. That's what it looks like, and they shook hands on it. So I think it may be official that their next match may be a hair versus mask match. So we'll see what happens. Not sure when they'll book it, but we'll see what happens. You never know. But Hiromu with the victory at King of Pro Wrestling 2024. Alrighty, let's get into our first championship match of the show. Check it out. We had the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships on the line. As the champions, Bullet Club War Dogs of Clark Connors and Drilla Maloney taking on the Intergalactic Jet Setters made up of Kushida and Kevin Knight. Overall, good match. Like I said, I've definitely been on the Bullet Club War Dogs hype train when it comes to Drilla Maloney and Clark Connors. They're a great tag team, great combo. Great to see the Intergalactic Jet Setters back in the title picture. And this match was good. This match was really good. Definitely went back and forth. I enjoyed both teams. And while it looked like the champs were going to retain, but surprisingly, Kevin Knight was able to pick up the victory, pinning Drilla Maloney with a little bit of assistance with Kushida. Went through, did a little sunset flip, and then Kevin Knight pretty much tops it off with a jackknife to pin Drilla Maloney for the 1-2-3, and just like that, the Intergalactic Jet Setters, Kevin Knight and Kushida, are now your two-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. So congratulations to the both of them. And you know what? I'm pretty sure these two teams will see each other because we got the Super Junior Tag League coming up, which it looks like they're going to do that tournament first, and then they're going to do the World Tag League. So I think that's what I've heard. But could potentially see these two teams go at it again in the Super Junior Tag League. So I'm sure it's not over between these two teams. So, but for now, Intergalactic Jet Setters, your new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champs. Good stuff. Really good stuff. Alrighty. Next match, we're going to stay with the tag teams, and we're going to do the other tag title match. Check it out. Alright. We had the IWGP Tag Team Championships on the line. As the champions of TMDK's Shane Haste and Mikey Nichols defended against Bullet Club Rogue Army made up of Bad Luck Fale and Caveman Ugg. This was actually pretty much my first time seeing Caveman Ugg. It's not a dude I'm familiar with, but apparently he had been teaming up with Bad Luck Fale for a while. But, this was a pretty good match. Caveman Ugg, dude is a beast. Dude is quite a beast, and it definitely showed. And him teaming up with Bad Luck Fale, that's a pretty beefy, strong combo, if you ask me. Definitely quite a challenge there for TMDK. But TMDK continues to stay on top, as they were able to put away Caveman Ugg with a Thunder Valley. Shane Haste with the pin. 1-2-3. TMDK, still your IWGP Tag Team Champions. But it looks like United Empire's Great Okan and Hanare, looking like they are going to be challenging potentially the next challengers for those tag titles. But hey, we shall see. But already, TMDK's got a challenger lined up, so that's good. All right, let's move on to our next match. Here we go. We have the Never Openweight Championship on the line, as the champion, Shingo Takagi, defended against TMDK's newest member, Ryohei Oiwa. Big opportunity for Ryohei Oiwa, who seems to really have come back in a big way, joining TMDK, and already he gets this title opportunity. Good match. Definitely, when you can put on a good match against Shingo, it says a lot. It says a whole lot. But Shingo continues to show why he's the beast that he is and can handle any challenge thrown his way. A really great effort from Ryohei Oiwa, and he's going to continue to improve and grow. But the Rampage Dragon would not be denied. Was able to eventually put away Ryohei Oiwa, did a couple of pumping bombers, and then hit him with a Last of the Dragon, pinned him for the 1-2-3. Shingo Takagi, still your Never Openweight champion. So, good stuff there. Congratulations to him on the successful defense. All right, let's move on to our next match. Here we go. Alrighty, we had a triple threat for the NJPW World Television Championship. The champ, United Empire's Jeff Cobb, defended against Yota Tsuji of LIJ and Ren Narita of House of Torture. Not bad of a match, just, of course, the ending sucked. But at the same time, I kind of have mixed feelings, in a way. Like, I used to be pretty big on Ren Narita, especially when he was still a young lion. I was still pretty big on Ren Narita. So I do kind of feel some sort of way, to a degree. But, match was alright. But, of course, shenanigans. Not surprised that there were shenanigans. After all, you're going to get that when House of Torture is in the match. That's just how it is. That push-up bar. That freaking push-up bar came into play. Distraction. Then Ren Narita was able to hit Jeff Cobb with the push-up bar, and then followed up with a double cross, and then pinned him for the 1-2-3. And just like that, Ren Narita wins his first singles championship in New Japan Pro Wrestling, as he is now the new NJPW World Television Champ. Yeah. So, House of Torture strikes again, and they are able to benefit from it. So, Anyway, it was also announced that the Young Bucks will be returning to New Japan Pro Wrestling via Wrestle Dynasty. That's right, Wrestle Dynasty on January 5th. The Young Bucks will be competing at Tokyo Dome City Hall. So definitely looking forward to that. I will be there in live attendance for that show. So looking forward to that. All right. Next up. Here we go. We had a special trios match celebrating Hiroshi Tanahashi's 25th anniversary. As we have the trio of Hiroshi Tanahashi, Mr. Ace President, Shota Umino, and El Phantasmo taking on House of Torture's Evil, Yujiro Takahashi, and Yoshinobu Kanemaru. Quite the entrance for ELP, Shota Umino, and Mr. Ace President, as they came out looking like gladiators. So I thought that was pretty neat. That was a pretty neat entrance for them. But very cool. The match was alright. I mean, House of Torture tried to use shenanigans. I mean, after all, Dick Togo was there and such. They tried their best to use shenanigans, but thankfully, they did not prevail. They did not prevail at all. And eventually, Mr. Ace President was able to put the exclamation point at the end, hitting Yujiro Takahashi with a high fly flow, then pinning him for the 1-2-3. Tanahashi, Shota Umino, ELP are your winners. So, good to see. And then Tanahashi got on the mic and he announced that January 4th, 2026, which will be Wrestle Kingdom 20, will be Mr. Ace President Hiroshi Tanahashi's last match in his wrestling career. Yep. So, he will be retiring at Wrestle Kingdom 20. So, he's going to give it one more year of competition and then will retire at Wrestle Kingdom 20, January 4th, 2026. And then he got attacked by House of Torture. Just like that. Gets attacked by House of Torture. But yeah. So yeah. We're going to have to see what the retirement road year looks for him in 2025. But yeah. One more year of full-time competition for Tanahashi before calling it a career. Gotta really savor it. Not to mention, I've met Hiroshi Tanahashi, so definitely gotta savor this. And, you know, he's had quite a legendary career. So, I'm happy for him. Definitely happy for him. Alright, let's keep going. We still got 3 more matches. Alright, next up, check it out. Alrighty, we have the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line as the champion, Doki, defended against Sho. Now, this match did not seem long at all. Like, I don't even think, was this match even 10 minutes? I don't think this match was even 10 minutes. Because it definitely did not feel that long. Actually, it was oh, you know why? I keep forgetting. Because they fought outside the ring for like a good long while. That's why it seemed such a long time. Because they fought for a long time outside the ring. Because, I mean, after all, Sho ambushed Doki. Not surprised there. But then, the crazy moment happened. Oh, man. When Sho unmasked Doki, and Doki channeling a very similar gimmick to, y'all remember Kishin Liger You know, the alter ego of the legendary Jushin Thunder Liger, Kishin Liger? Yeah, he kind of had that look. And then he spewed red mist into the face of Sho. And then all of a sudden, just like that, put away Sho with not one, but a rolling 2 suplex de la Lunas to put away Sho for the 1-2-3, just like that. Doki's still your IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. I mean, that was quite a finish. Channeling his inner Kishin Doki and just ended Sho like that. Now, it got even crazier because after the match, Yoshinobu Kanemaru shows up, attacks Doki, spits like the tequila in his face, attacks Doki, looks like Yoshinobu Kanemaru wants another shot at the title, which he had one shot before, but he lost. And then all of a sudden, the unthinkable happens as Master Wato. That's right, Master Wato returns and lays out Sho with a Recidiamente, and then stands in front of Doki, because remember, those two actually have some unfinished business. They got unfinished business. So Master Wato is back, and he could be the next challenger for Doki's IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. So, and because you have to also remember, Master Wato has won a Best of Super Juniors tournament. So, we'll see what happens, but quite a return there for Master Wato. So, welcome back, Master Wato. Good stuff, good stuff. All right, let's go to our next match. Here we go. All right, we had the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship on the line. As the champion, David Finlay defended against Hiroki Goto. Awesome match overall. Of course, you know I'm a big Hiroki Goto fan. Been quite a decent amount of build-up for this match. Hard-hitting, definitely back and forth. I was hopeful for Hiroki Goto, but came up a little short. Finlay hits the overkill, pins him for the 1-2-3, and Finlay still retains the Global Heavyweight Championship. Pretty much made Hiroki Goto's kids cry. But, interestingly enough, Taichi shows up. Looks like Taichi may be next in line to challenge Dave Finlay for the IWGP Global Heavyweight Championship. We'll see what happens. But, looks like that will be next. And then the main event of King of Pro Wrestling 2024 comes down to this. Zack Sabre Jr., the G1 Climax 34 winner, decides to call his shot early and challenge Tetsuya Naito for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship here in Ryogoku instead of waiting for Wrestle Kingdom 19 next year on January 4th. Zack Sabre Jr. has called his shot. Of course, He had each of the members of TMDK there to support. Zack Sabre Jr., Tetsuya Naito went at it, went the distance. It was incredible. And sure enough, ladies and gentlemen, he has done it. He has done it. It took multiple Zack drivers I thought I heard something. Sorry about that. Multiple Zack drivers onto Tetsuya Naito, pinned him for the 1, 2, 3, and ladies and gentlemen, he has finally done it. After 7 or 8 years in New Japan Pro Wrestling, Zack Sabre Jr. has finally won the top title in New Japan Pro Wrestling, becoming the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. He has finally done it. It's ridiculous that it took this long, but he's finally done it. And of course, the celebration kicked off, and he went through the crowd celebrating with some of the fans, celebrated with his TMDK stable members. He's definitely over with the crowd. Definitely over with the crowd. And yeah, it finally happened. Finally. He is world champ in New Japan. So definitely happy for Zack Sabre Jr. Well deserved, well earned. And looks like he's going to be going into Royal Quest 4 as champion, and hopefully in and out of Wrestle Kingdom 19, which I will be there for Wrestle Kingdom 19. So I really hope he gets a good, decent size title run. Like, if you ask me, I think he should have it at least until the middle of next year. If you ask me. He is that good, he is that worthy enough to hold the title for that long. At least that long. I know many say that he might lose it at Wrestle Kingdom. Honestly, I don't think he should lose it at Wrestle Kingdom. I think he deserves a good long run. I think he deserves it, and I hope he gets it. But Zack Sabre Jr., your new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, finally did it. So, congrats to him. That pretty much does it for King of Pro Wrestling 2024. There is one piece of news that I wanted to share that I thought was very interesting. And I'm actually looking forward to this. But check it out. It has been announced and confirmed that at Noah the New Year, which I will be attending, Ulka Sasaki of Pro Wrestling Noah will compete in a special singles match against the visiting WWE superstar, the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura. That's right. Confirmed for Noah the New Year on January 1st at the Nippon Budokan. Very excited. Which, this isn't the first time I've seen Shinsuke live before, but hey, I'll get a chance to see him in Japan. So, looking forward to it. Like I said, this will be at the Nippon Budokan. I'm excited. I'm really excited for this. I can't wait to see what other kinds of matches that they load up for Noah the New Year. So, I'm looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it. And, yeah. So, a couple of announcements there. Shinsuke back in Pro Wrestling Noah for this event. The Young Bucks coming back to the Tokyo Dome for Wrestle Dynasty. So, hey, I can't wait to see what other cool announcements they'll make. A lot to look forward to. But that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to check out Game Beauty when you get a chance. And let me know what y'all's thoughts were on each of the shows, AEW WrestleDream 2024, as well as New Japan Pro Wrestling's King of Pro Wrestling 2024. Let me know your thoughts, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. I'm about to go pass out, but thank you so much for watching. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube, my name is Jason Ingram. I will see y'all hopefully soon once I catch up on some shut-eye. Until then, God bless. Peace out.